I'm pretty excited to talk to you guys about this today. This is something I'm kind of working on right now myself. I just got off a conference call talking about the very thing I want to share with you guys today. And it's basically all about kind of just life, bigger concepts. I mean, it's applicable to every person in the room. So this is for our staff too, so make sure you guys are listening. Take notes if you can. I'd really recommend that you get yourself a binder, a little notebook, something like this. We have them if you want them. And take notes on stuff. So when you come to class, it's not really just pick up the check day. If that's how you see it, then it's really no different than going to human services and going to welfare. But if you want to change your life, you have to apply all the things you're hearing and take down any kind of note that's going to help you with your life. You're all old, you know. You're not old in the sense of you're 90 or 80 or 70, but you're old in the sense that life started. And you're down a track right now. And that track is headed one direction unless you change it. And the way you change that is by retooling your brain and figuring out who you are, the person you want to be, and putting it out there. And if you're not making that connection, then you're going to pretty much follow whoever's in front of you. So who you hang out with is going to be a big part of your life. You're going to follow them off a cliff. You're going to follow them to great places. So you need to be very careful about what you do. So I'd recommend bring a notebook. Take notes. Now if there's stuff that doesn't apply to you, if I was up here talking about sex ed and you don't have sex, then you probably don't need to take notes, right? If I'm up here talking about substance abuse and you're not using, you probably don't need to take notes unless you're got a friend who might be using substances or someone you want to help. When we talk about life goals and purpose, it's important for you to walk away from here different. Because for us, this isn't about a class. This isn't about check day. This isn't about a meeting. This is about your life. Everybody on the team, LaBrell, Lloyd, Ashley, Stephanie, Kim, Laura, people you don't even know about, the board members are all about you having a great life. So what does that look like? Let's open this up real quick. What does success look like for you? What does success look like for anybody that is a human being?
Someone who looks, feels, and smells very good.
Someone looks, feels,
smells good.
Smells good. All right, there we go. What else? I got a lot of friends that they're not successful. They don't smell good.
A lot of money, of course.
Yeah. Money? What else?
Monetary.
Yeah.
Basically achieving your goals.
Achieving goals. Okay. So achieving goals is one of them. Everything else we're saying. What else, guys? Gals? What's success? I mean, this is base layer right here. If we can't get off the ground right here, then I don't even know why we do class, or why you come, or why we have a building, or why we're covenant.
Success is like what you make it. You don't have to have money to be successful. You can just have a family and be happy, like with yourself and what you're doing.
Okay, so you said something right there in the middle. Be happy with who?
Yourself.
With yourself.
Yeah.
So is that success?
I think so.
Yeah.
What about the garbage man?
Yeah.
Could he be successful?
Yeah.
President of the United States. Could the President of the United States be horrible and not a success?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could not getting political. Could the garbage man be not happy? How about the rap star? Could he be a success? Could he be a failure?
Yeah.
How about the single mom? Success, failure. The baseball player, success, failure. Right? So it doesn't matter what you have. It matters who you are. But to get to that place where who you are feels successful, there's some certain things that you have to put in place, right? So when we talk about just a couple different things that really are going to guide us today, it's going to be these three words: be, do, almost made it do, and have. Okay? This is pretty much you. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to have? So if one of your goals is, I want to drive a truck, well then, man, you got to get moving towards that truck payment, or buying it off, or saving it. If one of your goals is, I want to be a teacher, well then, you need to start moving towards classes that are going to get you a teacher, or figure out what kind of teacher you want to be. If you want to be a person that's connected in faith, I'm a person of faith, so a lot of things you'll hear me talk about be around faith. Not telling you what to do, telling you my life story. So for me, I want to be someone connected to God. So what does that mean for me? It means I have to change my day, have to change what I read, have to change what I focus on. So my success may not be based upon this, about what I have. or about what I do. My success may be about who I am, what I want to be. And let's say I just say I want to be someone that wakes up every day and follows God's leadership in my life. That's who I want to be, right? And tomorrow God tells me, you know, get on a boat and go to China, okay? And I don't do that, right? It doesn't matter what all this is. It doesn't matter if I've got the truck and I'm teaching or doing whatever. If I'm not following this one area of my life and that goal of who I want to be, then it doesn't matter. I'm going to be miserable as a teacher and miserable driving around my cool truck because I'm not really following this. However, if I set this straight and who I want to be is something that's meaningful to me, and I'm achieving that, and I feel good with myself, and I'm setting goals around who I want to be. Let's say I want to talk to God more. I want to worship Him more. I got to spend time doing that. That means I may not be able to hang out with that friend. It means I may not be able to watch that TV show. I'm going to sacrifice something that's okay for something that's great. And you're right in that pocket right now that makes that happen. But guess what? Stephanie was there. LaBrelle was there. Lloyd was there. Ashley was there. Ashley and LaBrelle, a little bit closer to your age. Some of you probably their age. Lloyd, not so much, man. Lloyd's older than me, I think. But I'm right there as well. But we were 21 through 25, 26. We were there. So, you know, when you're successful and when you get to be, do, have, it just doesn't hatch. It's not an egg that just goes boom. And eggs hatch, but what happens before the egg hatches? It's, yeah, it has to incubate. Some chickens have to do something crazy, and then eggs are made and little chickens come out. So before you see it, it's already something else. And that's where I'm saying your life needs to be. Before you see it, you're already somewhere else in motion. So today you either got here on a skateboard, on a bike, you walked here, you took a bus, or you drove. Did I miss any form of transportation?
You got a ride.
Or you got a ride, you're still in the car, good.
Yeah.
So you got in a car, right? Some way you got here today. Here's what you didn't do. You didn't start out at your house or some other location and get in that bus and get on your bike or get on whatever and go, well, I'm not going. And I would say, well, why aren't you going? Well, I'm heading to Covenant, man, you don't understand. What do you mean you're not going? Well, I can't see it. How am I going to get there if I can't see it? What are you talking about? You got a car. Get in your car and go. But because people fail to see where they're going, they don't start the journey. And I'm not telling you to reinvent yourself tomorrow. Becoming who you are isn't going to happen in a day. It happens every day. So it happens every single day. Who you want to be is happening every day. It doesn't happen tomorrow. So don't give up. You know, we live in a culture, especially your age, where, man, if you don't get it right now, you quit. You know? And that's dumb. It's a horrible culture. You know, everything's fast food, everything's open all the time. When I was a kid, man, you know what came on TV around 10 or 11 at night? A picture of a flag. And that was it. And the Star Spangled Banner played all night.
Oh, no.
You're like, what's going on? So people went to bed because there's nothing to do, right? Or you went and ran out in the streets or whatever. Even then there's nothing to do because everything's shut.
Netflix.
Stores closed at 5, 6, 7, right? You didn't go out to eat late. You didn't do nothing. The only thing that was open was a bar, right? We live in a culture that honored kind of the time clock. Now we live in a culture that's just crazy. You get whatever you want, whenever you want.
In this English class I'm taking at DC,
Mhm.
I'm reading a book called Outliers.
Yep.
And it's,
Malcolm Gladwell.
yes.
Yeah.
And basically you're talking about what I just wrote a paper about.
That's good. That's a great book to read. An outlier is someone outside of the normal, right? So that's what we want you to be, outside of the normal. Because the normal for you, and I'm not saying anything about you, you obviously know who I am, what I do, why we founded Covenant, I'll share that with you. But your normal, your pocket, right here, what is supposed to happen to you is joblessness, homelessness, incarceration, suicide, horrible, 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 horrible outcomes. That's what's waiting. That's what is supposedly promised for any person exiting foster care in the United States of America. Go look up the stats. An outlier, what she brought up, is out here. And that's what we want all you to be. I do not want to ever see you be a statistic. I didn't stop my life in 1995 and then have goals and vision to launch Covenant and found Covenant, so I could see Ivana's face there and on that big picture. And Anthony, look at you guys. Didn't stop all that for nothing. You know, didn't stop whatever I was looking for to work with you and to work with this great team so they could work with you for nothing. It's because we want to see this happen. I hate this. I hate this. I hate every form of abuse and neglect that causes people to have pain in their heart and shame and guilt and have to go into foster care and that whole vicious cycle, that whole thing. I hate all that, right? But all that creates this in here. But this isn't who we have to be. We can be outliers and get on the outside. So what I want to talk about today is how we get there. How do you get from saying, I want to be more, do more, and have more? I don't want to be this. And listen, I cannot, no one can put in your head a dream, a goal, a plan for you to be, do, or have more. What you can do, though, is survive off someone else's plan for a little while. How many in here can ride a bike? Okay? Quite a few people, right? When you rode that bike, you were not able to have a dream that you could survive a bike ride. Every kid, when they get on a bike, unless they're a little crazy, thinks, I'm going to crash and this isn't going to work out.
Yes.
And their thought every time is, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go, don't let go. And whoever's teaching them to ride the bike, guess what they're saying?
Oh.
This is going to work out. Even if they wreck, it's going to be cool. Let's get this going so they can learn. So for a little while, when that person's learning how to ride the bike, they're looking back up like this. The other one is swimming, right? When they toss you in the pool, they're looking back up like this. You're living off of a borrowed dream. That person believes for you more than you even believe for yourself. Okay? Did you hear that? That person believes for you more than you believe for yourself. And that's what these guys do for you when they say, hey man, let's do this, let's do this. We don't do budgets and EYFs and step TLPs and come to your house and do stuff because we don't have anything to do. It's so you can be, do, and have more. Not challenge you about the cleanliness of something or how you can save money or where you're spending money or what you want to do with your life, vocationally, spiritually, emotionally, relationally. Because we don't have nothing to do. We want you to be, do, and have more. And when you walk into that form of your life, man, you could be anything you want. You have no limit. Check this out. So, you know, this is the ground, okay? Ground. Everybody knows what a flea is, right? Fleas are little bugs that crawl on dogs and bite horses and stuff like that. Do you know how they get trained fleas in a flea circus? To jump through this window and this window and this window?
It's real.
Hmm?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's real. You know how they do it?
No.
Okay. Did you know a flea can jump like something like, I don't know, a gazillion times its body? So if a flea's right here, right, it'd be like you being able to jump to the moon or something. Fleas are crazy. They got hops, right? There should be like a flea NBA. But so let's say all fleas can jump to here, right? Well, how do you think they get them in their little fireman suits to jump into this hole or this hole or this hole or to jump up to here? Well, what they do is this flea lives in a jar and his lid's right there. This flea lives in a jar and his lid's right there. This flea lives in a jar and his lid's right there. So they learn, boom, 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 that's as high as I can jump. This is as high as I can jump. This is as high as I can jump. So every time they jump, do you think he's ever thinking he's going to this window?
No.
No, this dude's going right here. Even if this flea wanted to go here, he has no idea that he can get there. But yet they can all jump up here. Okay? What I'm telling you today is this is a lid. So there's a lid on every jar they live in, and that lid determines their future, what they do. There's no lid on your life. Some of us in the room didn't have a great educational background. Some of us in the room aren't athletes or singers or good with our hands or good with anything or we're good speakers or anything. Doesn't matter. There's no lid on your life to what you can be tomorrow or the next day. There is a lid on what can happen tomorrow. Because remember, I said your goals and dreams don't. Who you be, do, and have isn't going to happen in a day. It will happen daily. You will get closer to who you want to be every time you step out. When you ride that bike, you'll get closer to be, I want to be a bike rider when you fall and you get back up and get on the bike. You'll get closer to what you want to do every time you start moving that way. Right? So if you want to teach, I don't care if you don't have a high school diploma today. get your high school diploma, and go through the teacher program. If it takes 10 years, then it takes 10 years of you busting your tail and doing the right thing so you can be who you want to be. Because guess what? In 10 years, some of you are going to be 30, 31, 32, 33. Big deal. I'm 48. It doesn't matter. So at 33, how much more years are you going to live? 30, 40? You're going to have a great life doing what you want to do. Instead, if you sit here and go, you know, I'm just going to rock this program and get my check and hang out, and I'm going to get a tattoo and a bong, and that's going to be my life for the next 2 months, 2 years, whatever. And guess what's going to, a bong. B-O-N-G, smoke weed. So if that's all you want to do, then guess what's going to happen? You're probably going to be able to make some nice Snapchats, smoke coming out your nose and sucking it back in, and you're going to be looking cool to your friends, but you're not going to really amount to anything. Big deal. You know what? If that's what you want to be and do and have, then go do it. But don't do it here. Because we're not about that. We're about you being an outlier. That fits right into this thing, the plan the enemy has for you. I told you I'm a person of faith. And I believe the devil is a real person. And I believe he tried to mess with your life, monkey with your head, steal your dreams, kill your joy, rob you of a life. But I believe God's bigger than the devil, in my faith. And he wants you to be out here and not be a pothead, drunk, loser, beat your kids, domestic violence, bad relationships, attract Mr. Wrong and Mrs. Wrong your whole life. No, I don't believe that at all. I believe that you are special, created unique, awesome, amazing, have great, wonderful talents, abilities. But somebody's convinced you that this is as high as you can jump, or this is how you can jump, or this is how you can jump. And at each one of these levels, there's something there that says, oh, come over here, this is a fun place to jump into. And it looks cool right now, and we've all done it. And when you're young, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to get caught up in stuff you shouldn't get caught up in. That's part of being young. And all we're saying right now is here's some warning signs and some purpose you can put in your life to say, you know, I'm going to do it different. I'm going to look at it different. I'm going to be, do, and have different. When LaBrelle comes over, it's not going to be all about, oh, here she comes to tell me something. No, how can I work with LaBrelle to achieve all I can to be, do, have in the next 24 months for you and you? 24 months is like that when you look at life. I mean, it's February. What the heck happened? I just felt like we were like, oh, Santa. And now it's like, what happened? Then we're hearts, Valentine's, and next thing you know, it's summer. It's like, what just happened? Christmas again, right? I mean, pretty soon, I'm serious, they're going to start having Halloween stuff on Target shelves or something. Life goes like this, and it just flew forward. So for you, at a young age now, you've got to see that and take advantage of each and every step along the way. So I'm not going to do a class on goal setting, but I do want to share just a couple things with you. Here's something I get. I graduated from Cal State. I didn't grow up rich. I was a baby of 6 kids, and my dad was a teacher. My mom stayed at home. We didn't have a lot of money, no extra money floating around. I didn't know how I was going to go to college. I didn't know if I wanted to go to college. I didn't really care. Like you guys, sometimes you just wake up and you want to be, I just want to chill. Watch a cartoon, eat some cereal, and do nothing all day. I mean, I get that. But at the same time, I was like, you know, I want to do something. Everybody your age is doing something, right? Somebody's going to the military, somebody's got a job, somebody's taking their license, somebody's, you know, working here, something. Yeah, they're doing something, right? So you're like, I'm going to do something. So I was like, okay. So I started playing sports at a young age, and I got good at soccer, pretty good at soccer, enough to get a soccer scholarship to Cal State. So I got recruited to some other schools, but I didn't go to any other schools because I met my future wife, Kim, and I'm like, oh, I'm not leaving Bakersfield. So, so I stayed here to stay with her because I wanted to have that, right? I mean, I didn't leave to town because I was afraid that something else would happen. So I stayed here, played soccer at Cal State, loved it, got my degree. I was going to be a teacher. I was going to go into education, coach, do all that stuff. That's what my dad did. If you come up to my office, you'll see a picture of him on the wall. It's very inspiring to me. He coaches people, and he worked with people. He didn't make money. I don't make a ton of money. I hope you all make more money than me someday, and you probably will. And there's no big deal about that. Everybody in this room doesn't make as much money as their earning potential has. But they've committed their lives to do what they're doing here. And I'm excited about that. Okay? What I'm saying to you is that when you can help people by helping yourself, you're going to feel the most value. So what Ivana said about when you feel good about yourself, feeling good about yourself isn't just because I learned how to read and I can read this postcard. Feeling good about myself is I can learn how to read and read this postcard, and I can teach him how to read this postcard, right? So that's what drives us here at Covenant. You need to know that. You get a warning, it's because you're not doing something right. It's not because we're trying to kick you out. It's because we want to kick you in the tail to help you be, do, have more. Okay? So back to my story. So I'm at Cal State, young, parenting, have a baby at 21. I don't have a baby. She had the baby. Didn't know how to do all that, right? Don't know how to be a family. Don't know how to be a parent. You know what we didn't do? We just didn't give up. We didn't go on. Well, forget about this kid, right? Matter of fact, when I left the hospital, the day I left the hospital, I went up to the doctor at the very window you used to work at Memorial. That was used to be a payment window. It was about this size. Lady slid open the thing and said, "Hi, can I help you?" I said, "Yeah." You know, they said, "I can't take my kid out of the hospital." She goes, "Okay, what's your name?" Pull it up, and it's like, "Oh yeah, you owe $22,000, I think it was." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like,
Can't
"She's
take
in the
your kid
hospital."
until you pay?
Yeah. I'm like, "Well," I told her, I said, "Well, you can keep it."
That baby would have stayed there.
I did. That's what I told her. I said, "Well, then you could keep him." She goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, keep the baby. I can't pay you. If you are telling me I have to give you, I can't pay you money, so keep the baby." She goes, "Oh, so you want to go on an installment plan?" I said, "You can put it on layaway, I don't care, but I'm not giving you the money today." So she got the story, she's like, "Okay, what can you give me today?" And I'm like, "I can't give you anything today." And so she goes, "You need to give me something." So I called my mother-in-law, and she came down and gave us some money so we could get the kid. It was like a pawn shop kid. Right? Like, taking him out. I'm like, "I'll be back next." And I went to that window every Friday. I had 3 jobs. Okay? So listen, when I tell you about be, do, have, I've lived be, do, have. I had 3 jobs. I got up at 2 in the morning, and I went and got newspapers right out here from some guy, and went and filled up all the newspaper racks on the east side of town. And I did that until 6. I came home, ate an egg or something, went to school. Went to school from like 8 in the morning to 3. Then I had soccer practice from 3 to 5:30. Then after soccer practice or a game, I went to another job where I worked with mentally retarded adults in an independent living program from 5:30 to 9. And then at 9, I grabbed either a bowl of soup or something cheap at a happy hour because we didn't have any food, right? I couldn't even afford a drink. I'd go sit in the corner and like steal the chips and, you know, just hang out at bars. I'm not recommending that, so don't do it. But then I'd go deliver pizzas at Domino's. And I did that until I paid that kid off.
So you just pay off?
Oh yeah.
I was like, long time ago. I was like, give me my money back.
So what I'm saying about that is none of that was sexy, right? None of that was cool. None of that looked happy.
Damn, bro.
None of that involved me and my friends hanging out and just going, "Oh, you know, let's chill out and play some games. Let's do." No, I didn't have time for games, right? I had time to do a very certain thing that I had to do. But you know what that tight little time of my life taught me? Was perseverance, patience, moving forward to the goal that I wanted to have. And the goal I wanted to have wasn't that I wanted to be something. I didn't even know what I wanted to be. I just knew I wanted to have my family. And that's what I just wanted that. And I wanted it to work. I didn't know anything else, but you know what I did do? I just began to do this, right? So just like that flea, I just began to do this. And I began to do this crazy journey that went like this until now. And so here, right? Here, there. There's now, and I can look back at it. Rag or something? Somebody can throw me one. So the here was then, 1989, right? The now is now there. So I went from here to there. Right now, you're here. I don't know where your there's at. It could be 5 years from now. It could be 1 week from now. What I'm saying to you is set a goal. Set a goal for your here, for your there right now. There's no reason why you can't do that. There's no reason why you can't have a goal to get there. John skateboards. I've seen him skateboard. He skateboards a lot. It's kind of a street board, right? Let's say he wants to do a trick, and there's a trick he wants to do. Every trick he wants to do is into there. He's here right now. He cannot do the trick. Fail, fail. Okay, better, fail, 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 better, fail. Got it. Now the only reason why he'll fail at that trick, once he masters it, is if he hits a rock or does something or something breaks or whatever, or he's being dumb. But he's got it. But look what happened every time. He got a little success and then he failed. Little success, failed. People say that growth goes like this, and they're wrong. No growth goes like this. That's a lie. You just don't get better and better and better. You fail forward. Babies just don't go, I'm going to walk and get up and be all, no, they're all drunk and moving around and holding on to stuff. And, you know, it looks like they're going to eat it every time. And you have a baby, you just start moving stuff, right? Because they need a big ramp so they can hit their head. And their heads are giant. I mean, it's a miracle when you watch a baby like, how's your big old head not running into everything? It's not this, is it? They fall, they get cuts, they have scars. Our daughter has a nice scar right here from when she was very little. She was so small that they had to strap her in a straitjacket when they fixed her eye, stitched her up because they thought she was going to freak out. Instead, she just laid there and looked at the dude. It was weird. It was like, wow, this one's special. You know, it was like no screaming, no nothing. So from here to there means that you are going to fall. You're going to bump. You're going to hit your head. But the big thing is, talk about this. What is that for you to be, do, and have more than you are right now? And that might be daily. Work on that trick every chance you get. You know, if it's school, taking that step to go there. Some of you don't know what you want to be, what you want to do, because nobody's ever told you you could be or do anything you want. And I'm standing here in front of you that you can do and be whatever you want. I'm not telling you, if you come to me and say, listen, I want to be an astronaut, I'm going to be like, okay, listen, I know you heard me say what I said. Some of you are going to be like, no, I want to play in the NFL. I'm going to be like, listen. Okay? Yeah, I mean, in reason.
That's crazy.
Right? I mean, you can be or do or have whatever you want. And here's the neat thing about it, you guys. This right here, everybody thinks that everybody in life, Kim, Lloyd, Stephanie, you, anybody in this room, we all think that this is the end of it. That you brought up goals. That this is the end. Man, if I could just get here. But you know where the real success is? It's all right here. It's you failing and understanding I can get better. That I'm not who I was yesterday, but I'm going to be somebody else tomorrow. And I'm just going to keep moving up the line until I'm here. And then you know what, when you get here, is going to mean for you? You've accomplished something.
Yeah.
So guess what happens now? You come right back here.
You do something different.
And you do something different. And so for you girls that are moms or you men that are dads, man, that's just being a better parent. If you're in a relationship, being a better person. Sometimes if you're in that relationship, that means cutting somebody loose. Safe is not always good. Risky is good sometimes.
Yeah.
Frisky.
Frisky.
So safe is, I know what's going to happen. Okay? Domestic violence is safe. That sounds stupid, but listen to me. Domestic violence is safe because if she's my spouse and she beats me and belittles me, it's better than not having someone pay my bills, somewhere to live, and me have to go find out some other person that's going to love me the way I want to be loved. It's safer to be in a relationship with a nasty, mean person than it is to step out on my own and try to do life again.
That's strong.
It's safer to hang out with my family and my friends that think it's cool to be on welfare and sit around and not have a job and not be, do, or have anything than it is for me to step out and say, you know what, not my generation. Everybody after me is going to work, is going to have purpose, is going to have focus, is going to have dreams, is going to have goals. And when I'm a grandpa in that rocking chair, I'm going to have a flock of kids around me that are doing stuff that they want to do in their heart. That's risky. There's a reason why last year we changed our big focus. And we said our mission is restoring lives to transform generations. one of the early lessons I had to learn about being a person was it's not about me. Okay? For a long time, it's about you. Him, up on the little table, it's all about him, right? That's what it is when you're a kid. My grandkids, it's all about them. Man, I want a fruit snack. I don't care what you want, man. I'm doing something. No, I want a fruit snack. I don't care what you want. Right? Okay.
No,
Figure something out. But you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, it's all about them, right? When you step out of that and say, no, it's not all about me, especially as a parent, that's the first time you really learn it's not about me. And as soon as you have that baby, it's about them and their future. And every parent wants their kid to go higher than they were. And then you think generationally. Now I'm a grandparent. And I look at those kids, and you know what, honestly, man, I never knew I had that much love in my heart. I thought I loved my wife. I do love my wife, and I think that. I thought I loved my kids. I do love my kids. But I thought, okay, man, I love my friends. I love people, but there's no more room for love. There's not another layer of love that I can add to. And then that grandbaby came out. I was like, oh, what is this amazing thing? And it was like part of me and part of my kids and and it's just like, man. And that kid, man, I had to pull my family together, and I apologized to him. I looked him right in the eye. I said, man, I'm sorry. I'm like, what are you sorry for? I said, I did not love you like I love this kid. I didn't even know about this kind of love. Or maybe it's because I'm older or whatever, but I am so sorry that I didn't share the depth of love I have for your children with you. And it's just different. There's nothing you can say about it. But I was here with them, and now I'm there. But it took time to get here, right? And so when I recognized early on that it's not about me, then guess what? I started laying things up for other generations. So who I am at home isn't just for me. It's for my kids and my grandkids and my wife and their kids and their kids. Okay? So when you say it's not about me, then who you want to be, do, and have sets up the next generation for what they want to be, do, and have. Because when you're the mom or the dad or someone else looks up to, even in your peer group, and you're hitting off on be, do, and have, well, guess what's happening? They're going to go, oh, wow, Anthony can do that, man. I can do that. You know what? Ashley can do that. I'm going to do that. And what a great example you guys have right here in front of you. You know what? These guys are rock stars, but they're people just like you. I'm a person just like you. And this program will fail you.
Yeah.
Any program you get in will fail you. A gym membership will fail you. Cal State will fail you. Right? Anything you get in will fail you. You know what won't fail you? You. You get the gym membership, you work the plan, it's not going to fail. You come here, you work the plan, it's not going to fail. You go to school, work the plan, it's not going to fail.
It's dead.
It's all about what you, the human interaction, puts into whatever opportunity you have. So we've got a lot of changes coming down the pipe here at Covenant to help you achieve more of what you want to be. But it takes your participation. And some of that, you guys, we need to be honest with what our goals are. I'm not asking everybody in the room to go to Cal State and get a degree or go to some college and get a degree. But I'm also not asking everybody in the room to stay where you're at. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm saying figure out what you want to be, do, and have, and go get it. And we will resource you to make that happen. In the meantime, we're going to work on simple things like safety, cleanliness, organization, budgeting, the parameters that we know about life. All this stuff is big, higher thinking. You still have to have a roof over your head, know safe things, how to eat, how to get food, all that stuff. Not calling you dummies, I'm saying there's some basic things that we got to move off of. Once we move off those basic things, then we'll start going into higher levels. All the way to whatever you want to be, do, or have. So I'm personally going to be setting up some groups to talk about this. And I'll be giving you you guys times, and when you want to hit that and you want to come to it, and we're gonna go for your goals and your dreams. But you have to work the plan. Nobody came to me and said, go get jobs and pay off your kids. Nobody came to me and said, finish your education. Nobody came to me and said, keep going to soccer practice. It's easy to quit. It's easy to be safe. It's easy to do this. It's risky to chase your dreams and to have goals and go get them. But you can do it. So the big thing is, man, chase it. So I'm going to end real quick with 5 mistakes people make when they set goals. And I'll print this up and give it to you. 1, we all set goals we can achieve. So don't say, you know, my goal for this year is to show up at every meeting. That's great, man. That's a hit it out of the park on that one. Right? I'm going to wake up every day. Good. Right? And I mean, now, set goals that are higher than what you can do right now. Right?
Trying to lose 45 pounds.
Try losing 2 first.
Oh, damn, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying, though? But that's what we do. You're right. That's the next one. We put goals that are too far out there. Right? So, and you could lose 45 pounds. That's not an unrealistic goal. But let's do it in little bitty steps first. Let's lose 5 and celebrate. Let's lose 10, 15, 20. Right? Next one. People set goals according to what they think they can do or who they think they are. The Bible says something. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if you think you're an idiot, you're an idiot. I'm not telling you you're an idiot. You already think that. So if I put something in front of you, you've already thought, man, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm an idiot. Thought belief wheel. Now I have a thought right here, and it comes into action. Then the action's reinforced. So I come up here, my thought's reinforced. Right? So you are not that person. I'm telling you right now, you're not that flea. Take the lid off your life and chase whatever goal you want. And the way you do that is by seeing who you are. Not through the eyes of you, not through the eyes of your peers, through the eyes of God who created you special and unique for a purpose on this earth. And when you walk in that purpose, that's when you really find the joy of who you are in yourself. Right? So I am not happy as Randy Martin, founder CEO of Covenant. Guy in front of you today. I'm not happy because I make a certain amount of money. I'm not happy because I drive a certain car. Okay? The car I drive was given to me. Right? The car I drove before that is given to me. Right? And they're not cars that are fancy. Nobody see me driving a car and go, oh, look at that dude's rocking life. I'm not happy because of where I live. I'm happy because every day I wake up and I know I'm doing exactly what God wants me to do. Now, I guarantee you I mess up. These are the number of failures I'm going to have today. But these are the number of successes I'm going to have today.
Yes.
And it's going to keep me going forward. So when you can get to that place where you know what you're supposed to be doing and what that is. What I was doing at 21 is not the same at 22, 23, 24, 26, 30, 40, whatever. It's not the same. It changes. But what I'm called to do didn't change. So we've been doing this since 99. That didn't change. But what changed is me the whole way. Trying to figure out how to do it. When I meet with folks just like you, and then I meet the next week and I find out somebody's committed suicide. Or somebody got caught up in a gang thing and got ran over by a truck. Or someone just quit and moved somewhere. But then you know what else? Or we got a guy a job and he works at a refinery and has a nice house. Or we got someone else stable and then they move it off to Texas to be with their family. Or someone else has got their degree and working on their life, fulfilling their purpose. Right? Someone else is just happy and every day they wake up they know that they're loved. And they're not a piece of junk. And they're not just some abused, neglected child that has to suffer through life. No. That's not the case. That you are someone awesome and amazing. And there's a plan for you. And that's why so much of the stuff we have talks about hope. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the thoughts I think of you, says the Lord. Thoughts of good, not of evil, give you a future and a hope. And that's all that we're saying of you, man. Tomorrow's a better day than today if you want to be, do, and have more and you set some goals. So that next one, don't set that goal that is limited by who you think you are. You are not what people say about you. You are not some of the things you say about yourself. Retool that, okay? So, the other one is, you only do the things that your little plan says you can do. So, just like the weight loss goal. I have a plan that says I'm going to do this, this, and this. If I eat right, and if I exercise right, and I do this. So I'm going to stick to that plan. Well, guess what happens when the plan doesn't work? When the plan is written by some guy in England that only eats Brussels sprouts and grapefruit, And you're like, oh, okay, that plan works for that guy. And then you're allergic to Brussels sprouts. Oh, well now I'm never gonna achieve this goal because it doesn't fit to the plan. So now I gotta change the plan. No, the goal stays. Don't let the plan determine your goal. You stay with it. Next one, you question your right to be, do, or have. You question if this can be you. You question if you can. Let's say your goal is to have the house in the neighborhood and the spouse in the neighborhood and the job to be fulfilled, or stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad or successful business. You question the right you have to be that person. You can't do that. Don't question the right you have. Your rights are awesome. And you have the right to be everything that God's called you to be and walk in your purpose. But we question that. I've questioned it before. I've had people challenge me to take Covenant Coffee as a national model for former foster youth. And I'm like, I can barely keep this coffee house open, right? That doesn't mean it couldn't go national. That means my mind is limited on the failures I've had here, or we've had here. As we're working within a population group that sometimes just calls and says, you know, I'm not coming to work today. I'm like, what? How does that work? Right? But yet, it could go national. And then it's somebody else's problem in another area. But I've limited myself with that lid, that flea lid, is saying, no, it's too hard for me. Surely it's going to be too hard for somebody else. I'm not somebody else. So don't limit everything by what you think you can do or have. So what are we going to do now? Take steps in the right direction. Set some goals. Set some stuff that's positive for yourself. Start to think outside the box. I just wanted today to be a little bit of a kickstart so that you could kind of see what's happening. And here, let me read this to you because I wanted you to really hear this. This is a little note I got from some current athlete at Cal State. And this is remind me of my life. It's Monday, 5 a.m. It's 35 degrees outside. My alarm's getting louder. I know this routine. Our head are sore muscles, wet hair, and when the motivation slips, I hear a voice saying, keep it up, champ. The sound challenged me. I dare you to be better, Nicola, than yesterday. Leave the warm bed, dress up. Remember, you're getting up because you have an opportunity to do so. I accept this challenge because I want to improve myself. I drag myself out of bed, I get dressed. It's 5:30 at the pool. This girl's a swimmer. Other people are there. They're incredible trainers who carry me from surgery to recovery over 13 months, and without whom I'd be back home doing nothing. Instead, I'm back and I'm working hard. The sleepy athletes arrive. They're my family who have also accepted the challenge. And this is a vehicle to our dreams, and we're on the same journey. There comes a time mentally when you have to dig deep to move forward. It comes to me at 6:30 when the freezing toes and icy air pinch my skin. Every muscle is tense in the anticipation of feeling the water for the first time. And it comes with a list of questions. Why am I doing this? For what? Is it worth it? These questions no longer matter at the moment as I hit the water and my blood starts to race. This is the feeling I crave when I'm in bed at night, sleepless, looking for this love of my sport and the opportunities it's given me. It's comforting to know that I'll be successful after college because the things athletics have set me up for life. I've been given a chance to be great and to make a difference and be an inspiration to others. Practice ends, but the routine continues. Eat right, class, tutoring, eat, wait, study hall, to bed. To others this seems standard and boring, but to me it sounds like support from a lot of people. This is my day and I'm proud of it. Meals, classes, tutoring, study hall, all these things involve people who are dedicated to athletes and my success. I'm lucky to be part of a family that supports each other the way this place does. So, that's a girl your age. No different than you. Different in the sense that she has a different opportunity because she's a swimmer from South Africa that was recruited to go to college here. But no difference in that she has to get up at 5 a.m. and bust her tail to make successful the day. No different. Just different in what she's chasing. You're not a swimmer. You're you. Be the best you can be, but set some goals today that are simple and meaningful that you can pursue with this team because you do have a team of support. I will meet with you anytime you want to talk about the things that are going to improve your life. The meetings I don't like is when you just call me and say you don't want to pay your EYF, or somebody told you to pick up your house, or some lame thing that you should be doing anyway because of the age you are. The meetings I love is when I can hang out with you and say, what do you want to do? How can I help you? What resources of all the people I know in Kern County can help you be all you want to be, do all you want to do, and have all you want to have? Sound cool?
Yeah.
All right. Questions, thoughts, comments?
I have a question. Okay, so on that list that you were explaining to us, you said like, don't limit, you said something about you can only be, what did you say? You said something like, you can only be what you think you are or something?
Right, so we all think of ourselves. We go into a room by ourselves, we have thoughts about who we are, who Ivana is, what Ivana is worthy of, what Ivana can accomplish. When Randy goes in his car and shuts the door, I think, am I worthy enough to have this? Am I worth it? Am I good enough? Do I have those qualities? And if I limit myself by my thought, then I can't. Don't limit yourself by your own thoughts or by what people have said about you. And that's really tough because people are in our ear all the time. So surround yourself with people that are going to lift you up and say you can be all you want, and who challenge you with an image of yourself. So many times people say, you know, I can't do that. Why? Well, somebody told me, you know, I'm not good at this. You just came out of a system that pretty much is designed to tell you you can't do something, except go to jail, be addicted, have your kids enter the system, and have a lame life. That's not who you are. You are amazing people. Each one of you is a creation of God that, by my faith, not yours, I'm just sharing you my perspective, is a creation of God who loves you and wants you to have an unbelievable life. And as you heard me say in the beginning, I also believe there's a force in this world who wants you to have a jacked up, nasty life. It is the most amazing multi-level marketing campaign. God's method is, here I come, and you guys can join my downline if you believe in me and receive everything I have for you. The enemy says, here I come, that guy's an idiot. Have all the fun you want, follow me, and I'm going to let you taste everything in the world and you'll have a great life. And you pick those choices. And some of those choices lead to negative things, and those are the negative voices, Ivana, that we tell ourselves and that we let other people tell us. If you're hooked up in a relationship with somebody belittling you and telling you you're a bad person, get rid of that person. Yes, that is risky, but you'll find a new place. You'll grow into their relationship that'll be healthy. If you're saying those things to yourself, stop. Stop saying that you're no good, that you're dumb, that you're ugly, that you're fat, that you're stupid, that you can't do anything, that so many people are this place or that place. Change. You're smoking, you don't want to smoke, take care of yourself, quit. Start a little bit at a time. I smoke 10 cigarettes a day, cut down to 8, cut down to 6. Don't just go cold turkey. You're gonna, fail, and then you'll feel horrible about yourself. Whatever you want to do, take little baby steps to get there, and we'll help you do that. Great question. Next one. Anybody? Somebody? Nobody? All right, man. Well, hey, again, changes are coming. You'll hear about it through the team. We're here for you. If you need anything, if you don't have my card, I'll give you my card. My number's on there. Call me. I'm here for you any way you want. Our vision is that you're successful relationally, vocationally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and you're rocking your world. Cool?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Steph?
Thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And guys, wait for your caseworkers and they'll call you for your check. All right, Gina.